class we're going to be adding fractions, and we're going to be working with mixed numbers. Some people say that they never, it's real common for people to say that they never quite got fractions, or that it was really hard for them. But I got some news for you. You've been working with fractions all along, okay? When you take a look at the coins in your pocket, or under your seat cushion, or somewhere in the cup holder of your car, okay, each penny you find represents 1/100th of a dollar. Each nickel represents 1/20th of a dollar. These are all fractions. Each dime is 1/10 of a dollar. Each quarter is 1/4 of a dollar. Well, interesting enough, 1/4 is 1/4. I didn't even bother to say 1/4. I said 1/4. Okay, let's say you have 5 nickels, a quarter, and 5 dimes. Well, think about that for a little bit. Okay, think about that for a little bit, and you sort of know what the answer is. Okay, but how much money do you have? Since each nickel is 1/20th a dollar, 5 nickels is 5 times 1/20th. This similar manner for all of the coins, we can express the question above as 5 nickels plus 1/4 plus 5 dimes. Well, 5 times 1/20 is 5/20. 1 times 1/4 is just 1/4. And 5 times 1/10 is 5/10. Oh, well, 5/20ths, okay, the 20 is 4 times 5, so we eliminate the 5 in the top and the bottom, we get the 1/4. 1/4 plus 1/4 here, we're going to add those. So 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2 quarters. We simplify that. 2/4 is just 1/2. Okay, we have 1/2 here, and over here we took 5/10. Well, that's just 1/2 too. So this is 1/2 here, and once we add the 1/4 plus 1/4, we have a half and a half. Well, 2 halves is a whole, and your intuition was right. You had a whole dollar, and 5 nickels, a quarter, and 5 dimes. Okay, so here's another example. We're going to add 1/6 plus 3/4. You could think of this as some newfangled kind of coin that's 1/6 of a dollar, and then 3/4. Three actual coins that are called quarters. But we kind of scratch our head for a little bit because it's new and we don't quite have an intuition for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a common denominator. Like if you had 3/4, it's like 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. That's just 1 plus 1 plus 1/4. Okay, so once you can just add the numerators if you have a common denominator. So let's find that common denominator. All right, from experience, okay, 6 and 4. I know that their common denominator is 12 because I can multiply this by 2 and it's 12, and I can multiply 4 by 3 and that's 12, and that's our common denominator. So I can always multiply by 1, and 2/2, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So the fraction 2/2 times 1/6. And then over here, I'm going to take, again, I want to multiply by 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Okay, but it's in a form that I can use. And when I multiply this out, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. And look at that, I have a common denominator. Okay, you can think of them, they're the same kind of fraction, they're the same kind of coin, and so I can just simply add them together. Okay, so this is 2 plus 9/12, or 11/12. So 1/6 plus 3/4 is 11/12. Here's example 3. We're going to go through this again. Okay, we have 1/8 plus 5/6. Again, we can't add those unless we have a common denominator. Well, 6, what are the multiples of 6? 6 are 12. Well, that's not a multiple of 8. 12, let's see, 12, 18, that's not a multiple of 8. 24, oh, wait a minute, yeah. If 8 times 3 is 24. So we have a common denominator. We're going to end up with 24. All right, so let's go ahead and let's multiply this first fraction by 3/3. Again, 3 divided by 3 is 1. We can always multiply by 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. So we have 3 24ths. Over here, we need to multiply 6 by 4 in order to get 24. So we have to multiply by 4 over 4. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 24. So we have 20 over 24. Well, again, these are on a common denominator now. Something over 24. They're the same kind of thing, so we can just add them together. So we have 3 plus 20 over 24, and that's 23 24ths. What if we want to express a mixed number as a fraction? Here we have a number that's 5 and 1/10. 5 and 1/10. So 5 and, again, let's get this over a common denominator. So we have a 10 here. Where is 5 in terms of tenths? That's just basically 50 over 10. And if you divide that out, 50 over 10 is 5. Okay, so 50 over 10 plus 1 over 10. We have it over a common denominator, so this is 50 plus 1, 51 tenths. So we've converted this mixed number to a fraction. Let's express a fraction as a mixed number. Let's say we have the fraction 50 70ths. Well, let's see, 50 is 49 plus 1. Because I know that the multiples of 7 include 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so that's the highest number, that's the highest multiple of 7 I can think of that's in here. Okay, so 49 sevenths plus 1 seventh is 50 sevenths. Well, 7 goes into 49 7 times, so that simplifies to 7 plus 1 seventh, or just 7 sevenths. 7 times 1 seventh. 7 plus 7 and a seventh. There you go. Okay. If you have any questions on how to do these or work with mixed numerals, please post a question in the discussion board and we can work it together.